Hi there, there, hello, 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 hello. Welcome, welcome. Happy New Year. Um, Happy 2019. And this is the first of our 2019 new Open Net Wellness program that we will be covering a lot of aspects, a lot of wellness aspects from yoga and breath work to nutrition to various workouts. So some will be presentations, some will be workouts, some will be live, some will be, everybody will be tapped in on Zoom or the webinars. That way we can reach and expand wherever you may be. If you may be at home for a particular week, or if you may be on travel for a particular week. Not everybody is able to make it in, so we want to expand this to all of OpenNet and create this wellness program for the entire region, at least. So here we are in the new year. And so what we'll do today, we're going to be talking about and moving through and experiencing 7 primal needs. So this is as beings, as primal beings, what are our needs actually in life versus our desires or our wants. So if you'd like to get into a nice, just comfortable seated position, or whatever that may be for you, if you like to crisscross your legs, or if you like to sit onto your knees. I have a bit of some tight hips, so I like to prop myself up on onto a foam roller or to a block or to a rolled up mat, or if you're at home, a rolled up towel, and just start to be able to open my hips. Knees should be closer to the ground than up. So if our knees are really high up, then just go ahead and prop yourself up onto something to bring your tailbone a little higher. Now we can relax our hip flexors. Good. So first, we'll just take a moment to tap into the here and the now. Let all the thoughts, all the meetings, all the work and life go. So closing the eyes, feeling your sit bones onto the surface, allowing the hips to relax, knees to open. Perhaps we place our hands palms down to ground ourselves onto the thighs, or if we're feeling a little sluggish and we would like more energy, palms up to receive. Now, whatever is calling to you today, making sure that we are listening and honoring our own being. From there, rising up through the spine, stacking one vertebrae on top of the other. Shoulder blades slightly down and back. As you release the shoulders away from the ear, lengthening the neck, stretching up through the top of the head. So as if we were against a wall or a pole, having this nice tall spine. Maintaining our eyes closed, just simply noticing where there may be resistance in this easy pose, in this simple posture of sitting. Without judgment, just simply noticing what may feel a little tense or uneasy, and perhaps just sending our breath, our relaxation to those particular places. Nice deep inhalations through the nose. Exhalations either through the nose or through the mouth. To maintain or create heat in the body, we keep the lips sealed and exhale through the nostrils. Perhaps we're a little bit more tense or feeling a bit more heated already, so we can slightly open the lips to exhale through the mouth. Again, listening and honoring your own unique being, connecting simply with your breath, coming into the here and now by focusing and riding your breath like waves up the spine and down the spine. Anytime thoughts may come in, we just simply notice them and like clouds floating by, let them go, coming back to the breath, to the here and now. A couple more breaths on your own. And then gently blinking the eyes easily back open as we come to and open back up to the light of the now. Maybe taking a couple moments just to feel the difference before you close your eyes, to maybe a more sense of even just calmness or relaxation into the now. So with the eyes coming back open, we will take a couple breaths to focus on actually our first primal need, which is breathing. So without breathing, we are no longer here. So simply that breath coming to the inhalations and exhalations, focusing on the breathing, feel that sense, embody that sense of calmness that we just created, that sense of slight relaxation. It's our primal need, number one, breathing. So at any time in your workspace, in your life, you might feel a little bit tense or a little bit hectic or a little stressed. We can just close our eyes and take a couple minutes to just simply breathe and connect. At times you may feel a little unbalanced, and I'll teach you another breathing technique for today before we move on to the last 6 primal needs. So again, new year, about balance, whatever your resolutions may be for you, but here we want to create a more balanced life, healthier and happier in the workplace and out. So a balanced breathing we can do is something called the Nodi Shodhana. We've done this before here. So what we're going to do is with our right hand, we are going to take our thumb and utilize also our pinky and our ring fingers. You have the option with your index and your middle finger to place them on your third eye, that seat of intuition in between your eyebrows, or just let it be. So with that, we'll use our thumb and our pinky, our ring finger, to close our nostrils one at a time as we breathe, okay? So you're welcome to join and move in as we talk through and move through this breathing balancing. So going and closing our left nostril with our pinky or ring finger, we will inhale deeply through the right nostril. So inhaling, plugging the right nostril, releasing the left, exhaling through the left. Inhaling through the left, releasing and exhaling through the right. Inhalations through the right side. Plugging it with your thumb, releasing the left, exhalation. Inhalation through the left. Plugging the left, releasing the right as you exhale. Inhale through the right. Plugging the right, releasing the left, exhaling through the left. Inhalations through the left. Switching our fingers. Exhalation through the right. Inhalation through the right. Switching. Exhalations to the other side. Repeating this, your own breath. Staying focused. Inhalations and exhalations. Connecting with the breath, feeling it rise into and through the body, into through the nasal passages. A couple more rounds. Wherever you may be, repeating a few more rounds before gently placing the hands back down onto the thighs and maintaining your eyes closed. Whenever that feels called to you. Again, eyes closed, just simply noticing perhaps the feeling, any colors that might have come, any thoughts that might have come in and out of the mind. Just simply noticing how your own physical being feels. With our Nodi Shavana, we are balancing the hemispheres, the brain. We're enhancing and bringing in that oxygen into and through the brain and through the body. Creating again a nice relaxation, balancing, breathing. And then just simply blinking our eyes open again to come to the here and now. So can we feel a difference with just a couple of those breaths, or not so much? Yeah, did thoughts come in? Tightness in the upper back. So perhaps prop yourself up and release a little tension for right now and give yourself a little bit more ease, because that the hamstrings and the it all pulls on the shoulder blades in our posture. So sometimes it's difficult to maintain that posture, especially if we're on the computer a lot and more forward, right? Opening that back up. So good. Glad to experience this. Breathing, again, primal need number one, breathing. Gotta breathe, gotta live. So a couple of just breath work to share with you, help calm and bring that balance to the self. Second primal need is our water. So again, those of you who brought water, making sure to go ahead and collectively, we'll just take a sip now. So here, I'll pretend for the nap. So water, hydration is very, very important. Makes up for about half of our body weight, more, about 70% of our body weight. So hi there. So with that, with water, making sure again, it's that we just constantly have water with us. Better to drink it out of a purified system or a reverse osmosis system or even an alkalinized system, or you can create your own alkaline water with salt and water and make something that's called salt. But with this, just again, constantly having some water with you. So even at your desk, at home, in the office, you can just constantly be drinking and providing your body with water. Helps nourish our body, gives water and hydration to the muscles, to the joints to help lubricate and beyond.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's all right. So, we'll just go like that. Okay, sorry about that. Hi there. Okay, we're still good. Still connecting with people online as well.
Oh.
Yeah, so a little new wellness program this year. Yeah, no worries, no worries. So that is our primal need number 2, water. Simple tips to keep that with you, and just simply drink it throughout the day. Sometimes our body tells us that we're thirsty, or it tells us that we're hungry. It tells us something and we think it's hungry, so we fill it with food when actually it's just water. So if you start feeling hungry, start drinking water and see how that helps change the difference there. Okay. Primal need number 3, sleep. Okay, so how many, yeah, exactly. Sleep can be an interesting cycle. How many people on average get 8 hours of sleep? Just a couple of us, right? What's our hourly average about, what do we think? 7? Okay, not bad, yeah.
Mine used to be, last 2 years used to be 5.
5.
Over and up, right?
Yeah.
Now maybe 7.
7.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it's just being aware of that, and of course it can vary, right? Sometimes we're up later, sometimes we're able to sleep in a little bit, or we may not. So just being aware of our sleep patterns, our cycles, and starting to realize like what is comfortable for us. How do we feel? Some people are comfortable with 7, some people need 10, but on average 8 to 10 is really good for our body to actually recover and rejuvenate, regenerate. So that
Sometimes
way,
you get used to like a shorter sleep time.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it's good.
right. So
At
when
some
we
point-
get into those habits, right, it's the habits, it's our body's natural alarm clock. It's like, oh, but you usually wake up at 8. So sometimes, like last night, I was up doing work till like 1:30 in the morning, but I was naturally back up at like 7:30, 8 o'clock. I'm like, no, please go back to bed. So fortunately, I was able to, but it's, times are different. So our body's natural alarm clock, just like you're saying, can do that. So how do we shift that? What can we utilize? Sleep, again, is very important. There's natural things to help our sleep. There can be different applications that we can put on for like music or white noise or guided meditations. Again, taking care of our body, taking care of our being, using rather than a NyQuil, utilizing more of a healthier, wholesome herbal remedy like a sleepy time tea or valerian root. Sometimes valerian root can be really heavy for people. So utilizing some type of various herbs that can help, doing some tea at night before we go to bed, and that naturally helps put you to sleep and then you don't wake up. Pardon?
Cannabis.
Can it what?
Cannabis.
Oh, cannabis. Oh, cannabis. Some people could utilize that. Yeah, that's
So
true.
you're talking about herbs, right?
Depending upon, I guess, what strain. Absolutely. This is true as well. So again, herbals, right? You can utilize those as well. Very good. So again, just realizing in our breath work and when we went through our breathing and through our Nadi Shodhana, did anybody feel like really relaxed, like they could almost go to sleep? Yeah, right? So again, calming the sympathetic, parasympathetic, sympathetic nervous systems to relax ourselves to do that, and maybe coming to those practices even before we sleep. So going into number 4 is food. Food is fuel. How many people here eat breakfast? Good. Or have a shake or a smoothie or things like that. I know you always love the colors of my smoothies that I had going on here. So this one again is a lot of greens today, a little bit of acai berry and some proteins and some seeds, hemp seeds and chia seeds and flax seeds, and fueling ourselves with goodness. So the more that we eat real food, the more that we reduce inflammation in our body, We're filling ourselves with energy. I even put some chlorella in here. So chlorella is like chlorophyll from plants that today I was feeling a little more tired this morning. So that helps boost my energy a bit more as well. So chlorella is really good. So the more that we can eat real and raw, or just real foods, the better we're going to feel and be able to treat our body. And this is all for the health and wellness spectrum. This is all for being able to perform at work, to perform in life, and to be happier and healthier and help balance those moods. Okay. The primal need number 5. Okay. What's right here? What is this thing?
Life.
I love our heart. Love is life. Yeah, but our heart, love. Okay, so our primal need number 5, love, is relationships, and it starts within ourselves. So coming and showing up at least one time a week for 30 minutes here in the office or here online, giving ourselves this self-love is going to be huge for yourself, for your relationships, for your health. Okay. So who we surround ourselves with, the environments that we put ourselves in, is something that is our choice. It's very important for our overall health. Okay, we'll do a little heart opener right now to give ourselves a little love. So again, finding this nice seated posture. Okay, option to keep your eyes open or closed. We're just gonna start to roll our shoulders up and back, a little bit of movement. Okay, so bring them in up and back. Would you like something to sit on? How are your hips feeling? Yeah. So keep rolling those shoulders in, up and back. Okay, inhalations in and up. Exhalations down and back. Releasing that away from the ears. Inhaling that energy and space, exhaling, opening up, releasing that tension, starting to feel the collarbones and the chest open through the pecs, the shoulders pulling back. Maybe we squeeze our shoulder blades back behind us a little bit more as you're opening up into and through your heart space. Again, something simple we can do in the desk or in the car. Just starting to inhale space and exhale, releasing that tension. Good. And on your next exhalation, just hold those shoulders down and back. Now bringing the hands besides the hips and gently a little bit back behind us. Our fingertips are going to point forward. Starting to now inhale, lift the chest to the ceiling or the sky. Your head slightly comes back. And then exhale, just gently bring the ribs back down, head to face forward. So on our inhale, we're gonna lift the heart, lift the chest, chin to the sky. And then on our exhale, just slowly coming back down. Good, a few more rounds here. Inhaling, lifting our chest. Exhaling, lowering back down. Good. And if we are on the floor, this time inhale, lift those hips up as well. And hold here for a few breaths. So now our hips are up off of the ground. Good. Our chest is lifted towards the ceiling, opening up through the chest, through the front of the shoulders, the front of the arms. Our chin slightly comes backward. If that's too much on your neck, just pull your nose up towards the ceiling, up towards the sky. Breathing here, breathing into your heart space, lifting the hips, releasing any tension. And then slowly exhaling back down. All right, now with our chest and our shoulders a little bit more open, we can clasp our hands behind us. Or if we're still a little tight, you're welcome to grab your strap or the one from your mat. And good, everybody's got your hands though. Okay, good. So then we can, again, hold here, open up, lifting the chest. And then we're just going to simply bend forward. Exhale, bringing the chest towards the feet, arms lift open. Inhale, rise back up, open the heart, lift the chest. Exhale, lower, breathe out. Inhale, repeating a few more rounds, lifting and opening the chest, opening the shoulders. Good. Great for those of us who are constantly on the computer. Exhale, rounding forward. Really opening back up. Inhale. Good. Flowing through a couple more rounds here on your own with your inhalations and with your own exhalations. Feel and notice the difference about the lightness, the openness that we might feel when we're up and open, heart open. And then what happens when we actually come forward and almost close the heart or get a little bit more darker, right? So just start to notice those. Let's do 2 more rounds here. Connecting with your breath. Inhaling into the tight spaces, creating space, opening that heart. Exhaling, releasing the tension. Good. Nice. Good. And then relax. So just simply noticing, do we feel a little bit more open in the chest, in the front of the shoulders, and the arms? Yeah, does that create a little bit of lightness in your chest, right? A little bit of lightness in that heart space. Okay, good. Good. So with that, again, showing love to ourselves first. Being able to take care of ourselves, love ourselves, and then we can truly, wholeheartedly be able to do that to others. Oftentimes, it's reversed, right? So so many tips that you can do simply by standing in front of the mirror. I'm working on this one. It's tough though for some reason, but you stand in front of the mirror and you say, you are loved. I am loved. Heather, I am loved. And it's really interesting what that relationship can do with yourself. Okay, 6, growth and learning and contribution. This is, okay, thank you. This is a, okay, thank you. All right. Growth, learning, and contribution. This is what we're doing here, right? We're growing, we're learning new healthy habits. We're contributing all to each other, bringing our energy here. So it's very important what we do to help ourselves with work, real life, and for our own health and wellness as well. So super happy to also be providing this and contributing this with you too. And lastly, movement and exercise. So we've been seated and doing a lot of breath work. So let's just get up and shake it out a little bit for the last couple minutes before we close out today's wellness practice. So go ahead and just come on up, make your way to standing. We're just gonna have a little fun. We're just gonna notice a little different here. So get on up. Sometimes we sit a little long. Yeah, exactly, right? And just start to shake those legs. Yeah. Just start to shake the legs. Doesn't matter how you're shaking them. Maybe we roll the ankles around. Maybe we're moving the knees and the joints. Doesn't matter. Just kind of be a little bit looser here. Maybe we rock and roll on our toes a little bit. And then let's move upward to the hips. And let's just start to shake our hips. Right? Again, it doesn't matter what we look like. It doesn't matter what we feel like. So what are your hips? Your little baby's moving in there. She's dancing with you. Yeah. He's dancing with you. She or he? You know that? Huh? She or he, Jam? She's dancing in there with you. Hey. Then we move upward, maybe to our chest, our shoulders, our arms. And just start to shake them, or maybe it'll be more swing, either forward or backward. Just simple movement. Then we go up to our neck and our head, maybe nice little, maybe some cracks going on. Opening up that space, right? Looking right, looking left, and now let's just shake it off. All this movement, putting it together, just getting up, taking a couple minutes to move however you want to move. Shaking it out. And then we bring it back to stillness. So how does that feel? Do you feel like do you feel the blood starting to run and move a little bit? Yeah, you do, right? It's kind of cool, right? So movement, exercise, so important, so huge. I recommend, especially if we are on the computers a lot and working, long hours, setting alarms on our phone to get up every 2 hours. Whether it's, I'm just going to walk, I'm just going to do that little shake it out, whatever it is, just set an alarm on your phone, make that commitment to yourself to get up, to move, to exercise, okay? As you guys know, who have been with me this past time, most of the time when we come in here, we are moving. So we will be doing that like full classes. Today is just our welcoming wellness program, introducing, the new year, our 7 primal needs, what it is that we will be focusing on throughout this year, bringing in, welcoming those from afar and remotely. Thank you so much for tapping in and tuning in, and honoring and committing to your health, and your wellness. So it's really great. Hopefully I'll meet each and every one of you. But let's just take a moment to come back down and we'll just close out practice. We have about 1 minute. So just want to come back down. And nobody wants to come back down. That's cool. Stay up. Okay, just take a minute to close your eyes. Bring your hands to heart center. Bow our heads slightly to our fingertips, first sending gratitude within ourselves for simply showing up, for taking this 35 minutes for yourself, your health. Hopefully today we learned some new tools that we can utilize throughout the day, throughout our own world, throughout our own time. Please know that I am here for each and every one of you, wherever you may be. You are welcome to connect with me for any personal inquiries or questions. Taking care of ourselves, starting with these 7 primal needs to live a healthier and happier life. As I bring my thumbs to my third eye center, my seat of intuition, I honor and I see the light in each and every one of you is also within me. We are one. Thank you again. I bow with gratitude. Namaste.